Alright, coming in at the last spot, and not because it's bad, but because it's kinda weird to rank purely, you have the Manowar with the Thermite Mag. Definitely have one of these in your loadouts no matter what. This thing shreds chopper gunners, stealth choppers, VTOLs, pretty much anything you can think of in just a mag or two. It's not bad for getting kills either since you only need to hit your enemies twice and let them burn. But fair warning, you'll get cross-killed a lot if you try to use it in regular gunfights. It's not a gun I'd recommend for everyday use, but it's a must-have for taking down those score streaks super fast. Next up, you got the Type 25. This thing's got a fast fire rate and a decent 24 meter range. You're looking at a consistent 4-shot kill up to 14.5 meters, then 5 shots after that. You might even snag a 4-shot kill out to 25 meters, and technically it can do a 5-shot kill out to 36 meters, but the BSA and recoil make that pretty tough. Now here's the problem, it's got the mobility of a passive AR, which kinda makes it useless in that range. Any SMG will outgun it up close, and most ARs, even the slower ones, can do the same job at longer ranges. Nice try, Type 25, but ultimately useless. Okay, now it's time to talk about the Grau 556, and we're gonna need a minute to explain why it's ranked here. First off, if you're using the drifter barrel trying to make it feel like an SMG, you're basically using something with less range and mobility than actual SMGs. Plus, you won't be winning any mid-range gunfights with that horrible time to kill. If you're using it like a proper AR, congrats, you've got a decent build. Now we're just not hating on the Grau here. We actually used a program to calculate the damage based on where you're likely to hit the enemy. This is based on analyzing tons of kills in ranked matches, so it's pretty objective. What did we find? You've got 18 meters of 4-shot kill and 42 meters of 5-shot kills. There's a tiny 2.8% chance of getting a 4-shot kill up to 28 meters, but that's not even factoring the BSA, which basically makes that chance 0. Speaking of BSA, it's not terrible compared to the damage, but that's not saying much because the damage is awful. And the mobility? Well, the Grau has worse range than a Switchblade, so you'd think it would have similar mobility, right? Nope, it's worse than an AK-117. So why do people love this gun so much? It's simple, 60 bullets and no recoil. Lower skilled players love it because they don't have to worry about range, just hitting the enemy. Spraying for 5.2 seconds straight is kinda fun, especially with no recoil and a clean iron sight. That's why this gun is so overrated. In reality, a Fennec will melt you at 30 meters, an AS-Val too. Even a Type 25 is technically better in its effective range, but hey, ease of use counts for something, and that's why the Grau isn't in last place. Next up is the HBRA-3. It's not as bad as people say, actually. This gun is pretty okay. We're talking 25 meters of 4-shot kills, followed by 44 meters of 5-shot kills. The BSA is decent enough up to around 40 meters, so no complaints there. Mobility wise, it's a bit on the low side, except for the sprint speed, which is surprisingly fast. The recoil might look a little wild at first, but it doesn't climb too quickly, so we're good. Overall, there's nothing crazy about this gun, nothing amazing, but nothing terrible either. It's the HBRA-3. Sure, it could use a bit more 4-shot kill range, but it's definitely not awful. Now for a weird one, the Swordfish. This gun is seriously tough to rank. Basically, it can one burst kill at any range if you hit the upper body, but it's a burst weapon, so it's all about skill. If you're a burst weapon god, you gotta try this thing out. Honestly, we'd rank it way higher if it wasn't so tricky to use. Next up, the M4. People think it's terrible, but honestly, it's not that bad. We're looking at 26 meters of consistent 4-shot kills, then 5-shot kills out to 42 meters. The BSA can keep up at that range, so we're good there. Now, the mobility is pretty slow, kinda like the Type 25. But hey, it's got 50 bullets, reloads quickly, and has no recoil, so it's super easy to use. Now for the FR556, this one's a bit of a head scratcher. It's got 38 meters of 4-shot kills, but no real 3-shot potential. After that, the damage drops off hard. The BSA is actually pretty good for its effective range, so that's not the problem. Here's the thing, this gun has only 60% of the LK24's 4-shot kill potential. You think it would make up for that with better stats in other areas, but it doesn't. The mobility is super slow, even though it's a little faster than some others. It's only got 30 bullets, the flinch is meh, the iron sights are shaky, and the recoil climbs fast. It just doesn't have a clear purpose like the HBRA-3 or the Grau, which are decent flex ARs, or the Type 25, which tries to be an SMG. The FR556 just kinda falls flat. Up next, the LAG-53. This gun can 2-shot kill out to 30 meters, but it's not nearly as consistent as the Odin. You need to hit 2 shots to the stomach or chest, or land a headshot. The mobility? worse than a DLQ. If it wasn't for the fact that it's super stable, like shooting right-tick bullets with the stability of a Bison, it would be straight up awful. The good news is that after 30 meters, it's a consistent 3-shot kill no matter where you hit, which is pretty nice. But even then, some of those slower ARs can still outgun you up to 60 meters. After that though, it becomes a beast in its own right. Honestly, it's not really worth using. It's a fun gun to grind for gold camo, but I wouldn't put it in my regular loadouts. Okay, the Maddox is up next. It's kind of like the Grau, where it just misses the mark on being a great flex AR. We've got 24 meters of 4-shot kills, then 38 meters of 5-shot kills. Bullet spread isn't a problem and the mobility is actually pretty good. Plus, it has a huge mag with 60 bullets, but that reload time, oof. 1.8 seconds is way too slow. The flinch and recoil are fine, nothing to worry about there, but the range just falls short and those top tier flex ARs will outgun it every time. Alright, now we're getting to the ICR-1. This thing is basically an LMG at this point. We're talking 57 meters of 4-shot kills with a potential for 3-shot kills within 31 meters if we can land a headshot. The BSA is decent enough up to about 50 meters, but after that, it's a bit of a gamble. Why are we calling it an LMG? Well, it has 65 bullets per mag, punches through walls like crazy, and has practically zero recoil. Sounds like an LMG to me. It also has high bullet impact, so every shot we hit will make the enemy flinch. They'll have a hard time fighting back because the flinch is so strong. That's the ICR-1's biggest strength. Even if it doesn't have the best time to kill, it can dominate in mid-range because we can keep the enemies from hitting us, and that's a huge advantage in any shooter. Next up, the AS Val. Technically, it's an SMG, but we're putting it here for now. It has 23 meters of 4-shot kills, but after that, the bullet velocity drops off a cliff, making it tough to fight at longer ranges. The bullet spread is decent enough, up to 23 meters, so we're good there. Mobility-wise, it's pretty awesome. Crazy sprint speed at 6.6 meters per second, a strafe speed of 4 meters per second, and an ADS time of 188 milliseconds. The mag size is okay with 40 bullets, and the reload time isn't bad at 1.35 seconds. The recoil though is a bit of a pain. It goes left, then right, and gets faster as we shoot. Honestly, it might make more sense to rank it with the SMGs, and it wouldn't be bad in that category. Coming in at number 20, we have the CR56 AMAX. It's your pretty standard 4-shot kill AR with a decent 35 meters of range for that. The BSA is solid up to that distance, no complaints there, but where it falls short is the mobility. Just like the FR556, it's too slow to make up for its limited 4-shot kill range compared to something like the LK24 or the KN44. However, even though it has 2 meters less 4-shot kill range than the FR556, the AMAX has slightly better mobility, a larger mag with 40 bullets, smoother recoil, and way better iron sights. All of that makes it much more usable in actual matches. Now let's talk about the M13. Honestly, this is the AR I'd recommend to new players if the BP50 didn't exist. It has 11 meters of 4-shot kills and 42 meters of 5-shot kills. The BSA is good out to 43 meters, so no worries there. It's got great mobility, smooth recoil, decent flinch, a clear iron sight, and a huge 60-round mag with a super fast reload time of 1.15 seconds. The fast fire rate makes it really forgiving for new players. Missing a shot isn't a big deal like it would be with, say, an Odin. Sadly, the BP50 just does everything the M13 does, but better. Up next, we have the M16. This thing boasts a whopping 54 meters of 4-shot kills. The recoil can be a bit tricky, but once you get the hang of it, it's a laser beam. The BSA is a little lacking to fully take advantage of that 54 meter range, but it's usually not a big deal. As for mobility, it's definitely on the slower side, but that's to be expected with a passive AR. Mag size and reload are pretty standard, nothing special. But that's okay, because you're not going to be running and gunning with this weapon anyway. Alright, now for the ASM-10. This one's got 24 meters of consistent 3-shot kills, and when I say consistent, I mean all leg shots will get you a 3-shot kill. After that, it's a 4-shot kill out to 38 meters. The BSA is solid enough to make that effective range. Mobility-wise, it's a bit on the slower side, except for the ADS speed, which is surprisingly quick. Mag size and all that are pretty standard, except for the reload, which is a snappy 1.2 seconds. Oh, and the recoil? Super easy to control. Now, here's the kicker. With a Branson barrel, if we hit those first 3 shots of a spray, we're talking 133 milliseconds time to kill. That's crazy fast. If you're good at flicking, this gun is a must try. And obviously, it's a beast in Search and Destroy or any slower game mode because we can land those quick 3-shot kills more often. Next up, the AK-47. This bad boy has 29 meters of easy 3-shot kills. And by easy, I mean we only need 1 shot to the chest, arms, or head. After that, it's consistent 4-shot kills out to 44 meters. The BSA is solid up to that range, so no worries there. The mobility is pretty standard overall, but the sprint speed is surprisingly fast for an AK-47. You've got the usual 50-round mag, but the reload is a bit slow at 1.5 seconds. So, what makes this gun so good? It's one of the best 3-tap ARs for beginners with a large mag, easy to control recoil, and manageable flinch. It's a solid choice all around. Okay, the FFAR1, it's basically a worse BP50. Looking at the stats, we might think we should use it the same way, but it's just worse in every way. The time to kill is slower, with only 24 meters of 5-shot kills. The mobility is slower, the flinch is higher, the recoil is more annoying, and the mag size is smaller. Honestly, this gun doesn't really bring anything new to the table. If the BP50 didn't exist, it might be ranked a bit higher, but unfortunately, that's not the case. Next up is the DRH. Now, this gun is actually pretty good, but it gets overshadowed by the USS in the current meta. We're talking 30 meters of 3-shot kills with a super accurate BSA. That's a fast 210 millisecond time to kill, easy recoil, and a clean iron sight. Sounds great, right? Well, the USS has 28 meters of guaranteed 3-shot kills at 200 milliseconds, even better recoil, and of course, the mobility of an SMG. Tough competition. Anyway, back to the DRH. The mobility is kinda slower than other 3-tap ARs except for the ASM-10. The mag size is only 30 bullets, but it reloads pretty quickly at 1.16 seconds. It's a shame because the DRH is a solid gun, but with the USS in the game, 3-tap ARs just can't compete. Coming in at number 13, we have the EM2. Technically, this is the best 3-tap AR in the game right now. It's got 37 meters of 3-shot kill range, and the BSA is solid enough to make that range count. Mobility-wise, it's pretty quick across the board. The mag size is good too, with 40 bullets. The reload time is a bit slow though at 1.6 seconds. But here's the best part. The recoil is super easy to control, the flinch is really low, we don't have to worry about the iron sights. Plus, there's almost no aim shake, so we're golden. Next up, the Groza. Think of it as a PDW57, but with some upgrades. It has the same fire rate and similar mobility, but it's better in a few ways. First, it has 32 meters of 4-shot kills, which is a nice boost. It also has almost no flinch and a faster reload while keeping the same mag size. The BSA is slightly better too, but not by much. Where it falls a bit short is the recoil and the iron sights. The PDW57 has no recoil and a clean iron sight. The Groza's recoil is a bit wild, and the iron sights are kinda in the way. If you've got a cool skin for it, the Groza is a solid aggressive AR. Otherwise, I'd probably stick with some of the better SMGs out there. Here's the Krig 6. Now, if you've got the Mythic Krig, you can bump this gun a couple of spots. But since we're sticking with free-to-play rankings, it lands here at number 11. The Krig 6 has 31 meters of 4-shot kills, and we can even stretch that out to 48 meters if we hit the head or chest once. Plus, within 18 meters, a single headshot gives us a 3-shot kill. And here's the cool part, the Krig has an infinite 5-shot kill range. The mobility is pretty good, and if it weren't for those awful iron sights and that weird recoil pattern, it would definitely be higher on the list. At number 10, we've got the Kilo 141. It's basically a better Krig 6 if we don't have the Mythic version. We're looking at 33 meters of 4-shot kills and 55 meters of 5-shot kills. The BSA is good up to around 45 meters, so we might struggle a bit in those long-range fights. But the mobility is pretty solid for a classic AR. Plus, it has a 50-round mag, a decent 1.3 second reload time, smooth recoil, and a clean iron sight. All of that makes the Kilo super easy to use. Oh, and a quick note, don't try to build this thing like a sniper rifle. Stacking range, BSA, and recoil control is just a waste of time. An AMAX would absolutely destroy it in that category. Number 9, BK57. Get ready because this gun is insane. We're talking 14.5 meters of 3-shot kills, followed by 50 meters of 4-shot kills. Yeah, it's that good. The BSA might hold us back a bit after 40 meters, but still, that range is amazing. The mobility is solid, especially for a gun that performs this well at range. And the mag feels like we're using an SMG with 40 bullets and a 1-second reload time. That's even faster than a Fennec. Flinch is normal, and the recoil is pretty easy to handle. This is it, folks. The ultimate classic AR. Coming in at number 8, it's the AK-117. This one has 33 meters of 4-shot kills and 50 meters of 5-shot kills. The BSA is pretty good up to around 40 meters, which is more than enough for that sweet 4-shot kill range. Mobility-wise, it's mostly on the faster side, which is nice. But here's the catch. The recoil pattern is kinda random, which makes those long-range fights a bit tricky. So even though we can technically fight up to 50 meters based on the time to kill, or even 40 meters based on the bullet spread, we're realistically limited to around 30 meters because of that unpredictable recoil. The mag and reload are pretty standard. Honestly, if it weren't for that weird recoil, this gun would be amazing and way more effective. At number 7, we've got the Peacekeeper MK2. On paper, this is the best flex AR in the game that's not banned in competitive play. Why? Well, it has a massive 39 meters of 4-shot kills, and the BSA is way better than it needs to be. The mobility is crazy good, some of the fastest we've ever seen. And the mag, 40 bullets with a 0.8 second reload time means we're never reloading. The flinch is even lower than the LK24, so it should be super stable in gunfights, right? Wrong. The recoil pattern is a nightmare, which makes it really hard to use effectively. That's honestly the only bad thing about this gun. If it weren't for the recoil, it would be the best flex AR in competitive rule sets, easily beating the Type 19. But hey, it's still the best hard to use flex AR out there. If we can master that recoil, we'll be unstoppable. Number 6, the LK24. This is basically the best 4-shot kill passive AR in the game. It has a whopping 60 meters of 4-shot kills. And get this, if we hit a headshot followed by an upper body shot within 40 meters, we've got a guaranteed 3-shot kill. Thanks to the super low recoil and a clear red dot sight, landing those shots is pretty easy. The BSA is super accurate, and even though it might feel a little iffy at extreme ranges, it's usually good enough. Now the mobility is terrible, worse than some snipers even, but that's okay because we're not trying to be a run-and gunner with this weapon. The recoil and flinch are super low, which makes those long-range battles a breeze. It's the best AR for anchoring, and it's also a great option for players who are new to the passive playstyle because it's so easy to use. Number 5, the KN44. This is basically the best 4-shot kill passive AR if we can handle its recoil compared to the LK24. It has pretty much the same range with 58 meters of 4-shot kills, and the BSA is good enough to make that range count. But here's the difference. The KN44 has way better mobility. It's actually pretty fast. So what sets it apart? Well, the recoil isn't as smooth, the flinch is a bit higher, and we're not using a red dot sight, so we'll have to deal with the iron sights. They're not terrible, but they're not as clean as a red dot. It takes a little practice to get comfortable with, unlike the LK24, which feels good right away. But if we're looking for a chill 4-shot kill AR that's decent up close and a beast at long range, the KN44 is our best bet. Number 4, the Type 19. This is the second best flex AR on paper in the competitive rule set, but it's the best one in practice. Remember when this gun came out and the Grau was still a thing? Well, the Grau got nerfed hard a few months ago, but the Type 19 is still going strong. And unlike the Grau, even in its prime, this gun has awesome BSA, making it usable out to 42 meters. We're talking 31 meters of 4-shot kills and 43 meters of 5-shot kills. The mobility is impressive, though not as fast as the Peacekeeper on ADS time. Mag size and reload are pretty standard, with 48 bullets and a 1.5 second reload. But here's what makes this gun shine. The flinch and recoil are incredible. We have super low flinch, and the recoil is even smoother than the BP50. This is hands down the best easy to use flex AR. Number 3, the Odin. This is the king of passive ARs if you're okay with a super slow fire rate. We've got 25.6 meters of pretty consistent 2-tap kills. Technically, we can still 2-tap out to 45 meters, but it's more realistic to expect 3-shot kills after that initial range. The BSA is excellent. No problems there. The only things we need to worry about are mobility and tracking. Honestly, the slow mobility isn't a big deal since we don't want to be moving too fast with a long-range weapon anyway, but that slow fire rate might take some getting used to. Number 2, the HVK30. This one's a bit tricky to explain quickly, but bear with me. We need to look at its damage in 2 ways. First, without any headshots. We have 36 meters of 4-shot kills with a potential for 3-shot kills if we consistently hit the stomach, lower arms, and chest. After that, it's 5-shot kills at any range. Now, if we do land headshots, things change. Up to 36 meters, we get 3-shot kills, and then it's 4-shot kills at any range. So, as you can see, this gun is a monster if we can hit those headshots. It basically reduces the shots to kill by 1, no matter how far away the enemy is. Of course, there's a trade-off. The HVK30 is pretty slow, has only 28 bullets, and the recoil can be a handful. But it's honestly the only gun that can outgun a BP50 or the new USS-9 in close range. Because of the small mag size, it's best to use it in slower game modes. And finally, the number 1 spot goes to the BP50. I know saying use the BP-50 is enough, but I'll do my best to describe this beast properly. The BP-50 has an effective range of 35 meters, where it can 5-shot kill enemies. It can also 4-shot within 16 meters. The mobility is insane, almost as fast as the Peacekeeper. Plus, it has basically no recoil and low flinch, making it a monster in gunfights. The mag size is huge, with 60 bullets. If I had to find one flaw, it would be the reload time, which is a bit slow at 1.6 seconds. It's crazy that we have a gun that can't be outgunned in its effective range, but that's just how it is. The BP-50 reigns supreme. Now that you know the best ARs to use, you can't just ego chow every gunfight. On the left, you can learn 25 best pro angles you can use in firing range.